What's going on, you bumper clots? It's your boy Captain Smoke, man, and I'm back here with another episode of Two Hits. Although this is going to be more like two sips because I'm sipping on some of this CWD medical tea, man. I'm double bagging it, so it's a 20 milligram cup. Feeling great. But yeah, man, I just love talking basketball. And even though I'm a Rockets fan, I love just analyzing teams, you know, especially the teams that aren't at the top and competing, and the win now teams, as they call them. I love rebuilding. And so one of my favorite teams to watch over the year, not basketball wise, like I'm not watching their games and shit, but just what they do as far as off season, is the 76ers, because they have what's called the process going on, where essentially, you know, you just see them as a team that's just losing and tanking and all of that shit, but they're always in the top of the draft. They're always like top of the lottery, all of that shit. So this year was no different. Joel Embiid only played 30-something games. Ben Simmons didn't play a single game. Dario Saric had a good year, but come on, bro. Like, what do you want them to really do? And long story short, they end up with the 3rd overall pick. So you got Celtics at 1, Lakers at 2, and obviously the Sixers at 3. So basically, I'm going to be talking about what I kind of like, or my vision for the next steps in the process, and how this team can actually start winning some damn games and being successful. Getting back to the days when, you know, AI, okay, well, they're not going to go there probably, but when AI was in with the Sixers, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, let's not forget that, all right? So all right, so jumping right into the process, right? I'm looking at their roster, and first of all, as soon as I clicked on the roster and I just looked at what they had contract-wise, my eyes lit the hell up. And I'm going to tell you why right now. Only reason I buy 2K really is to play my league and you know, play the little GM and make moves and stuff like that, win championships. I love doing that. And I always like to start off with a team that basically doesn't really have much going for it, but they have a lot of young assets, right? So I'm looking at this is why I like what they have going on right now so much. Okay, their top player on this team, right? Mind you, their salary cap was $84 million this year. Basically, let's just say $85 million. And if they follow the trend, like, you know, like the Celtics going up by $10 million next year, I believe. Let's just say they're going to be sitting at a $95 million salary cap next year, right? Okay, let's keep that in mind. Your top player on this roster is Andrew Bogut, bro. And it's not like they're doing a Boston Celtics and paying, you know, Al Horford $30 million. They're paying him $11 million. That's the most expensive player on your roster this season, right? And he's in his contract year. He's not going to get re-signed probably. So your next player, Jared Bayless, making 9.4. They have him for 3 years. But you have Tiago Splitter, contract year 8.2. Sergio Rodriguez, contract year 6.8. Carl Landry, 6.8 contract year. And down the line, you know, you're playing, you know, not really much to anybody else. And these guys are going, so they're going to have so much cap room to work with. But the young core is what you got to look at here, right? Joel Embiid only played 30 games or so this season. Injury concern. It's been that way since he was drafted like 2-3 years ago. So he's obviously a question mark. Jahlil Okafor, I still don't understand what the hell is going on with him, because he was, you know, the number 2 pick after Karl Anthony Towns, especially like position wise. That was, you know, the big battle. And then you see what Cat's doing, and then it's just like Jahlil is just kind of over here, you know. But the main thing is you have a Ben Simmons, a Joel Embiid, a Jahlil Okafor for when he can't stay healthy, and then, you know, Dario Saric had a pretty good year as well. But then you have the 3rd overall pick, right? So in the Celtics video, not to rant too long about that, but my point was, okay, they move Isaiah Thomas now. Drafting Lonzo is not out of the question, because we saw how good they are moving the ball, cutting without Isaiah against the Cavaliers, because now they look competitive. So you add a guy that has this pass-first play style. A lot of people are calling him the best passer to come out of college in the last decade, which, I mean, that's not really that much of a stretch, to be honest. Like, that's his play style. That's always been his play style. Get people the ball in good positions, a.k.a. make them better, right? Something Isaiah doesn't do. And something, obviously, I feel like he does better than anybody in this draft. Now, everybody's going to say De'Aaron Fox cooked him, and he did drop buckets. De'Aaron Fox gets buckets, bro. Like, what can you say? Like, for me, if I'm looking for, and I'm going to get to this later, Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and okay. So let's say Lonzo Ball, Markelle Fultz end up going 1-2. And I don't know. Matter of fact, let's just say Lonzo goes 1 to the Celtics. I mean, I know we all want to see him go to the Lakers, but at the number 3 pick, what you're looking for is a point guard. If you're that's what they're looking for, and this is a point guard heavy draft for the Sixers. So, okay, so basically you're gonna there's 3 major point guards in this draft. Let's just keep it a buck. You got Markelle Fultz, Lonzo Ball, De'Aaron Fox. Whoever is left for you at that 3 is a win, in my opinion. Like, honestly. So, I'm thinking, okay, Lonzo obviously has the hype. I see him going top 2. De'Aaron Fox obviously has the production. Not only can he get buckets, but his team won. You feel me? Or, they made it to the Elite 8. So, he's in the tournament. He's winning. He beat Lonzo. So, I could see him going top 2. So even if you get a Markelle Fultz, he can add, a lot of scoring, but, you want to see playmaking, you want to see ball movement, you want to see that kind of thing. But I think any 3 of these guys can put the process up a really good notch, you feel me? Because, like I said, they have all of this cap space anyway, plus they're getting all of these guys that aren't really make or break players off their roster this year. So who's to say they don't sign a free agent? I mean, I'm not saying they have to rush to get one this year, but, next year when the free agency opens, you got your young talent developed again. And maybe if they roll with the young talent, that's what I would do. I would just roll with the young talent and see what happens. Even if they lose, they're back in the lottery again. You know what I'm saying? So, scoop a LiAngelo Ball or something, play 2 guard, I don't know. But, or should a Michael Porter, it's options out there, bro. So I'm not saying they're going to get out of the lottery next year because they probably don't want to. They see that talent coming in and they're like, okay, let's keep the process rolling. But guys, this roster has a lot of potential with the cap space, with the number 3 pick. I see them picking a franchise type point guard. I mean, that's pretty much a can't miss in this draft. As far as who they get, that's going to depend obviously on the first 2 teams' options. I think everybody was saying Markelle Fultz 1 just because they really want to see Lonzo at 2 in the Lakers, which I think we all kind of want to see. He's a local kid. It's a good story. It's a good storyline. We want to see the Lakers not suck. Because, they're one of the 2 winningest franchises in NBA history. So, obviously, it's better for the NBA if the Lakers are good and all of that shit. But, realistically, Lonzo number 1 to the Celtics minus a Isaiah Thomas plus a Gordon Hayward. Now you're really competing for an Eastern Conference Finals. You're giving the Cavaliers something to really think about. Can you beat them? I don't know. But you can damn sure push them to 6, 7 maybe. So, yeah, guys, the process, I think, for somebody that likes roster building, I think it's a really good project. Like looking at this roster makes me want to fire up 2K right now and just start a new My League with them and lead them to the promised land that way. But yeah, guys, shout out to all the Sixers fans. If you want to see, if you want to see me do a breakdown of your team's roster, comment your team, in the comments below, and I'll be happy to do that for you, man. But yeah, man, until then, it's your boy Captain Smoke. Smoke out.